A man who has raped dozens of women, who has been caught and released and reoffended in the past, is going to be released again. Partly because of the old California law he was sentenced under, but also because of the so-called experts. These experts say after years of treatment, he's better and is no longer a danger. First of all, sex offenders don't get better. They get worse. Secondly, I always take the testimony of treating experts with a huge grain of salt. Why? Because of the built-in conflict of interest treating experts have. Do you really expect them to come into court and say after years of treatment the guy is still dangerous? To say that would be an admission that their treatment is useless and does not work. I've been in courtrooms with experts like this, and they always say the patient is responding well to treatment. That's why, if this guy was released in my neighborhood, I'd be extremely concerned. Barring a legal maneuver, this man will be getting out of a mental hospital soon after 18 years. He's Christopher Hubbard, better known as the Pillowcase Rapist, convicted of dozens of rapes, but now 63 years old, and being granted conditional release by a Superior Court judge. So these women, who call themselves the Ladies of Lake Los Angeles, traveled 7 hours to San Jose yesterday for a public hearing on a decision that could change their lives. Where should Hubbard live when he gets out? For now, the judge is considering unincorporated Los Angeles County. That's scary news for suburban residents familiar with Hubbard's repeat offenses after releases in 1979 and in 1990.
If you look up his history, when he got out, he never stopped. He just kept doing it. I have a daughter that has autism, and I go to work, and there's days that my daughter, my oldest daughter that's 16, is at home with my other kids. And it's a fear. That's a scary thing to think that I'll be at work and he can be 3 minutes down the street.
The judge feels that Hubbard has paid his debt to society and is safe to be out with GPS supervision. But with the Pillowcase Rapist track record, for his soon-to-be neighbors, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. This guy's a serial rapist. Let me show you his rap sheet and just read part of what he has been convicted of doing. Sexually violent predator. Rape by force, oral copulation with a minor under 14 by force or fear. That's what this neighborhood may be dealing with very soon. Let me bring in one of the ladies of the Lake, Los Angeles, joining us on the phone, Lisa Indurante. Lisa, thanks so much for joining us, and I am 100% with you on this one. You've got to do everything and anything you can to try to prevent this guy from coming to your neighborhood. How is that battle going for you?
Hi, Vinny. Thank you so much for having me. Well, the battle's going okay. We went to court yesterday for the hearing. Some of the ladies were able to go up there and face Judge Gilbert Brown and just kind of put forth our safety concerns that we have. The ruling was supposed to be made yesterday, but luckily we were heard, and the judge has decided that he was going to hold off on that ruling and meet with the safety committee to go over the concerns that were brought to his attention. All
right, Lisa, let me go worst case scenario. What if he is permitted to live in that neighborhood? What is everyone going to do to try to remain safe and prevent another rape?
Well, I mean, that's a hard question. I mean, definitely our lives are going to change. Are we going to have to not have our kids go to the park and change the way that we move about the city, run up higher electricity bills because we can't have our windows open at night? Unfortunately, there will be a lot of changes that have to be made. It will seem as if we are the prisoners while he gets to walk free when we're the innocent and he's not. So we plan on fighting it. Even if he is released, we are not our fight. If we have to go to Sacramento to have laws changed, that's exactly what we plan on doing.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he's sentenced under the old law. Under the new law, he would, 3 strikes, life in prison, all of that. But that's not the case. You're dealing with the reality of having the serial rapist potentially, in your neighborhood. GPS tracking, that's one that always To me, it's a joke. You're going to track them. I mean, was anything told to you about the GPS tracking that somehow that's going to prevent him from doing what he wants to do?
Well, you know, I mean, it's presented to us, but anybody that's done their homework on GPS knows that it's a false sense of security. In that location, there are many power failures that happen frequently, and those tracking devices have to be charged. They run on battery, so they have to be charged on a daily basis. So if power runs out there, to be charged. Plus, anybody can, you know, look and see. Just in recent history, you know, criminals are out committing crimes with those GPS tracking systems on, or it takes them 10 minutes to cut it off. So there's absolutely no reassurance with that. It's jewelry as far as we're concerned.
Yeah. Well, Lisa, we're going to stay on this story, and hopefully things will work out the way they should be, which is this guy not moving into your neighborhood. Good luck in the fight. You know, the L.A. County DA has been soliciting public comment about this guy. Go to our Facebook page, like us, and you'll find a link there.